Here is Lord Roose Bolton, the Leech Lord, the Lord of the Dreadfort. And here is Ramsay Bolton, Ramsay Snow, modelled after A1 Rayon. Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to my Game of Thrones Total War House Bolton campaign on the War of the Five Kings scenario. In today's video, I want to make House Bolton the Wardens of the North. We want to overthrow and betray House Stark. I want to take Winterfell with Ramsay, and I also want to eliminate Robb and Bran. If I can't, I'll consider this video a failure. So let's march on to betray the Starks. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, playing as House Bolton can be a little bit tricky because we don't really have too many resources. The strength of our house lies in the fear of invoking the Flayed Man banner. We also have a pretty sinister reputation and we're feared by many houses. This is really useful as we have a limited number of manpower and resources to call on. We do occupy Harrenhal and we call the Karstarks our allies, so things overall looking up for House Bolton. So the plan is in the north, at Ramsgate, Widow's Watch, Carhold and the Dreadfort. We'll rally everyone up with Ramsay and try and hit Winterfell. We do have a full stack and we control Harrenhal with Vargo Holt, Lord Roose. We've got Rickard Karstark as well. So with these guys down in the Riverlands, what we want to do is we could essentially abandon Harrenhal. It's okay. It's a good fortress to defend, but I think we should really throw in all our units to try and march against Robb. The quicker we could get rid of him, the better. So we are going to be allying ourselves with the Lannisters in this playthrough. Yeah, so we do have Harrenhal. There's some buffs for that. I might even keep Torrent Karstark in there. We could declare ourselves as kings in the north, but I think we'll try and roleplay a little bit and side with the Lannisters this time around. So let's just try and get everyone from Ramsgate, Carhold, and we'll set a rally point at the Dreadfort, because Ramsay's going to need a full stack to at least take Winterfell and maybe some territory as he moves his way on westward. We've also got Alice Karstark as well. We might be able to marry her to Ramsay, but I don't know. He's only got a limited number of forces in the Dreadfort itself. Okay, Roose has actually made his way to Wayfarer's Rest, and would you guys believe it? Come and check this out. So Roose is here with a full stack with Rickard Karstark. We haven't betrayed the Starks yet, but Robb Stark's inside. Now, you guys all know that wooden castles, wooden forts don't work in this mod. They're broken. So we're going to have to auto-resolve this one. So the siege equipment is being built. I don't know where the rest of his armies is, because there should be at least 2 full stacks with, like, Umber and stuff. So we're actually going to be able to auto-resolve and get rid of Robb Stark, the Lord of Winterfell, incredibly quickly. He was taken out in a siege, so Robb Stark is no more. We still are at war with the Lannisters and House Joffrey, so we will need to try and sue for peace with them eventually. We'll try and run down Hornwood here. And, oh, here's his army. So it's lurking in the forest. We'll move Rickard Karstark in. Because they've got no retreat points, we should be able to smash them. So who's this? Poole has been rebelled. There should be another army somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Great John Umber. He's further south. Jaime's now pushed up to Pink Maiden. So we have to keep an eye on him. I guess we'll get Lord Roose and Vargo Holt to attack the Great John, because that doesn't have a general in it. No, I kind of want to see Umber. So we do outnumber them slightly. Tall Heart's in there, and we'll fight this one, Robb's army. Alright, let's start the deployment. The Leech Lord, Roose Bolton. Here he is. Very, very good model that is. I like that a lot. And then here's Flayed Cross Cavalry. And we have Vargo Holt as well, who was just in heavy Bolton armor. Okay, let's form things up. So, A lot of heavy infantry in this one. A lot of pikes and halberds as well. We haven't got too many archers, but that's fine. We should have enough to swarm against the Starks. So let's move you here, say. And we do have a lot of cavalry, so let's put them on the left and right flanks. Once we try and charge down the Great John Umber, we've got a lot of cavalry as well. They did not expect the Bolton Inquisition. But here is the Great John Umber, yelling in defiance. Galbert Glover will lead the van. No, I will lead the van. Okay. Enough of that. Unfortunately, he's deployed in the thick forest, and we can't see. So we'll just try and push up and close the distance. Move my archers up as well. It's going to make things tough for my cavalry to navigate through the thick forest, but we'll see how we go. We're moving on up. Yeah, we just can't see the rest of the Stark forces there. But House Bolton knows once we can eliminate the Stark forces in the Riverlands, we could even just march north with this. We could actually get this army to start taking some Tully territory, I guess. Because it might just take a little bit too long to get this army back north. Really just have to allow Ramsay to try and take it. But here are the Starks. Karstark, Boltons, and Umbers. And Starks are about to be at each other's throats. So let's give out some charge orders for these cavalry here. We've actually managed to get stuck into some Stark cavalry now, some bodyguard. We've hit them. We might be able to hit some archers down here as well. The Bolton cavalry comes flying on in against the northern bowmen. And there's still a little bit of time before our main infantry get into it. But our cavalry is already packing a fierce punch. If we continue like this, we'll smash the enemy. I know we smashed on into them. We really bodied them. Roose is getting stuck into it. Vargo Holt as well. The man who cut off Jaime's hand. Were in the books. I can't remember who cut it off in the show. Was it Amory Lorch? I think so. Okay. So, we've finally got line of sight, and we're actually seeing this Stark and Umber force front line, so we'll give out some attack orders. But my cavalry has really softened up the Starks as the Boltons come flying on in. Oh, how cool does that look? I really do like the black, yellow and red aesthetic they've got going on. Three very cool colours. 3% to their 13. We've got some of the best heavy infantry in the game. I think the northern houses tend to do so. So it looks like some of the spearmen are trying to retreat and are moving away from the frontline battle. It's just so hard to see in the thick forests, surprisingly, of the Westerlands, which you don't see too often. Here we go. Enemy general fallen. Helman Tollheart has been defeated. So yeah, I guess we'll just sort of push to Riverrun. And maybe try and take some Riverland territory and defend Harrenhal. Maybe we can make either, I don't know, Ramsay or Roose Lord of Riverrun. But the Stark and Bolton banner fighting on the field. What a glorious way to go out instead of, well, taking out at the twins, I guess. A crazy field battle like this would have been cool. But luckily we don't have to deal with Jon Snow in this alternative timeline. That old guy's still stuck at the wall. Okay, they're getting a little bit around to my archers here. Lost 15% here now. But the overall battle is still very much in my favour. Yeah, but the beauty of taking Wayfarer's Rest early on is because we probably don't have to run this down, because there's nowhere to retreat to for these guys. The Starks only hold one piece of territory in the south, and it's that. 57% now to 26. There mustn't be many more left holding out. John Umber's there somewhere, swinging his sword. I kind of wish we saw more of him. I wish we saw more of him in the Red Wedding. Didn't see him getting taken out. He just sort of died. The casting of the Great John in the show was actually quite enjoyable. Your food is bloody tough. Or your meat, or whatever he said. Oh, good, we won. Clear victory. Only lost 400. Alright. So the Baratheons of King's Landing, or the Lannisters, we can't call them that. We're allying with them, so we'll get a ceasefire and trade. We might even be able to, hang on, we might be able to marry Marcella to Ramsay. Oh, that would be a massive deal, a shrewd deal if we can get that done. How about we give you Harrenhal? That's a little bit excessive. What about Wayfarer's Rest? Generous. We'll offer that. No way. Ramsay has managed to get himself a royal princess instead of marrying a Martell. Marcella Baratheon, or Lannister, is now married to Ramsay of House Bolton. That is a very, very good deal, if I do say so myself. Look at that. So now we have a claim to the Iron Throne through his children, potentially, if we ever want it. Okay, so I guess we sort of march north to River Run. We are hemorrhaging a little bit of cash, because that's just the problem with the Boltons. We don't have much money. Galbert Glover's now come up, and that should be the end of him. We've mostly eliminated the Stark forces. I'm not going to chase down a couple units. Okay, so we'll send Roose to try and take River Run now. There doesn't seem to be much of a garrison inside. We're actually not at war with them. There seems to be a unit just hanging out there. Yeah, we want to hit this army on the outside. There we go. So there's 1,000 on the outside, and then there's Edmure on the inside. We'll just auto-resolve that one, and then we'll start sieging out River Run. We might be able to take that. Well, I guess we could give it to the Karstarks, if they want it. River Run is still a valuable, really defendable settlement. The siege equipment has now been built, and we should be able to take River Run. And finish off Edmure. So the leader of House Tully and the Starks are kaput. River Run is now under our control. Bruce is pushing over to Stonehenge, I guess. And Bryndon's here as well. So we might even be able to get rid of the entire line of House Tully if we're careful enough. Just take that. Right, back up north. Ramsay has finally assembled a full stack and is marching for Winterfell. So there's not much of an army on the inside. However, a stack and a half has marched out. Bran is inside Winterfell. So Ramsay will fight this one on the fields of Winterfell. The defending garrison has marched out. So Ramsay has a battle on the fields of Winterfell. But here is the menace. Ramsay Bolton. A1 Rayon. portrayed by, modelled after. So Ramsay has a catapult and a trebuchet unit. We're probably not going to need them. Here's a Karstark as well, because I was expecting to siege out Winterfell if we needed to, and burn some of it to the ground, but the Starks have foolishly marched into the fields. They have taken a decent high ground position, and we've actually got some Stark units fighting with us as well. Karstark and Bolton. Some loyal, previously Stark units have come over to our side. But Ramsay, after his marriage with Marcella, needs to take his new capital of Winterfell. Yeah, so hopefully they can have some children, because we could even just like portray Joffrey and Tommen and the Lannisters if we want. Okay, let's move on up against the Starks. They even have some catapults and trebuchets as well. We're going to be firing like crazy back and forth, both of us. Oh, here we go. The Starks are getting some flammable ammunition shots. But here are the Stark Great Swords, one of their better units. Heavy bodyguard as well. Yeah, this would have been a really tough opposition if they were holding in Winterfell. But they're actually charging against us, because they know this is make or break. This is the battle for the north. The battle for Winterfell is about to get underway. Charge! Right, quickly try and flank where you can. Oh, just so much friendly fire popping off on both sides. That's what we want, to swing around where you can. Get Ramsay and our catapults to try and neutralize theirs. Move the bowmen up. Some Starks are retreating while some are holding. This is neck and neck. Oh my god. The amount of flammable rounds flying overhead. We need to get Ramsay and the Karstark to neutralize those catapults, because a wayward shot could kill Ramsay or the Karstarks. That's the last thing we want. Oh, we managed to hit some of the retreating forces here. Some of the Starks are breaking on this right flank. Alright, we need to make sure that we stop that shot. Oh, we won. Oh, enemy general fallen, the captain. I was gonna say, I thought someone might have caught a wayward fireball. So what we want to make sure now is to try and run down as many of the Starks as we can, because there still seems to be a fair few of them. It's just because they didn't have a commander. They capitulated so quickly. That's why I opted to play the Great John battle rather than the one that was trying to retake Wayfarer's Rest. Okay, so the more we can take out as well, the less we have to fight within Winterfell. Gotta give it to the Starks. They fought bravely, but they're ultimately going to die. So we've taken out Robb. Bran remains in Winterfell. We're going to be able to even attack in one turn as well. We won't have to wait for siege equipment to be built, as we have catapults and trebuchets with Ramsay. So there's only a couple more units left here, some great swords. We can just wait to capture them for the flayed man. Yeah, there's 46 great swords there. And that should be pretty much it. Should be about to tick over in a moment, you'd think. Yeah, clear victory. Only 86 men lost. So we won the battle for Winterfell on the outskirts. Make sure that gets pushed back. And we'll push into Winterfell now. No one is going to save them, so Ramsay can get rid of Bran, the newly anointed king in the north. Clear victory. Bran has now been defeated. And we'll sack Winterfell as well. Alrighty, so we've managed to take a huge chunk of the north. Winterfell is now under Bolton occupation. Myrcella is married to Ramsay. And this is what we own. So we managed to take Castle Selwyn, Hornwood, still got Ramsgate. But now with Winterfell gone, the north would overall capitulate. Still got Harrenhal. House Tully is now no more. Darry's rebelled. We also managed to take Raventree, Wayfarer's Rest, and Seaguard with Roose. So we managed to also go on and take most of the Riverlands with impunity. We're only at war with the Starks and the Greyjoys, and we're allied with the Baratheons of King's Landing, of course. Roose has actually had another son, which is a little bit controversial. Gonna have to watch out for him with Walder Frey. Lawrence Bolton is his second-born son. So Ramsay and Myrcella haven't had any children yet, but hopefully they can in the future. Alright, I think it's time to wrap up the video here. We could run down the remaining Stark reinforcements in the north, but it's just going to take too long. Like, if we took Winterfell, the entirety of the north would mostly just capitulate. Like, it takes so long to navigate. If it was quick, I would actually be happy to gobble up all those settlements, but it's just going to take too long to navigate on through. The Tullys are destroyed. I don't really have any ill will against the Greyjoys, really. Or the Lannisters, because we're now allied with them. So, unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. It was a bit fun playing as the bad guys in this one. So, if you want to see more Game of Thrones videos, let me know in the comments. There's still a couple more houses we haven't played as. We've got the Freys, and yeah, it was actually Joffrey, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the Targs and the White Walkers, the others. So let me know if you'd like to see any of those series in no particular order. Just let me know, or alternatively, other Total War series and videos. Let me do. Maybe go back to Rome 2, Rome Remaster, maybe more Medieval 2 mods, Elder Scrolls, Third Age. I don't know. Let me know suggestions in the comments. Alright, thanks guys. Got to say a huge thank you to this month's channel patrons and members. So I'm going to play the outro now and say thanks. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Got to say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.